Okay, you are all able to see now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so here's the plan. So I have started the Bhoga offering, and I will also cut the fruit. And as I cut the fruit, um, I will recite verses. Now you all can stay muted and simultaneously recite the verses. That way, what we are doing is we are separating the body and the mind. Right now, the body and the mind are combined for me. I don't I don't find any difference. But first, I have to be able to see my mind. If I have to control my mind. So I have I have taken out some fruit and I am washing them. Now you see on the counter, what I have done is just as in the Toronto temple, there is a small kitchen for for uh, for Gopinath. So here at home, what I have done is I have taken one side of the kitchen, one corner of the kitchen, and the drawers top and bottom, I have left it for Gopinath. So you can see on the counter all the utensils. These are all directly for the offering Gopinath utensils. I don't use them for any other purposes other than offering Bhoga. Now you see that it is early morning still, and I've already cleaned up everything from before. And to wake up early, you had to sleep early so that there is no time for watching TV or browsing internet, um, and you are just focused on uh, not contaminating yourself anymore from the material world contamination that is around. So I will now start reciting verses. So many of those who come to the Toronto temple, they have already done this before, and you are all welcome to recite with me staying muted. So here I have fruit. You can see a little bit, and I will cut this fruit and I will assemble in this bowl, and I will explain as we go along. So Bhagavad Gita, I'll start reciting verses. Bhagavad Gita. So you see, I'm cutting my hands, my body is cutting. I'm also observing the the stuff I left on the gas to be cooked, and I am simultaneously doing this, and I'm reciting verses. Bhagavad Gita 1.1. Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsava Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya 2.13. Deino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yonam jara तथा देहांतरा प्राप्ति धीरस तत्र नमूयति 2.62. ध्यायतो विषयं पुंसा संगस्तेषु उपजायते संगत संजायते काम काम क्रोध अभिजायते 2.47. कर्माणि एवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतु भूर्मा ते संगो अस्तु अकर्माणि 3.27. प्रकृते क्रियामनानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वश अहंकारा विमोदात्मा कर्ता अहमिति मान्यते 4.2. एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम् इमं राजरसायो विदु सा कालेन महतः योगा नास्ति परन्तप 4.7. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मनं सृजामि अहम् 4.8. परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतं धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे 4.9 Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvata tvayakta teham punar janmam naiti mamiti sa Arjuna. 4.34 Tadvidi paripatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. 5.29 Bhoktaram yajna tapasvam sarvaloke maheshwaram suhadram sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim rachati. 6.47 Yoginam api sarvesham madgaterantaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamamata. 7.1 Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashaya Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yata Jnanasi Tachrunu. 7.14 Devi hai ऐसी गुनामयी मम माया दुरते माम एवा ये प्रपद्यन्ते मयामेताम तरन्ति ते. 8.5 अंतकाले चामम एवा Maran Muktva Kalevaram. What's the third line? Somebody help me. 8.5.
या प्रयति समद्भवम्
Ya Prayati Sa Madbhavam Naiti Mameti Sa Arjuna. 8.7. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamanusmaram Yuddhacha Mayar Pita Mano Buddhir Mam Ivashyasi Asamsaya. 9.2. Rajvidya Rajaguyam Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. 9.14. Somebody will have to help me. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Explain that. Next. Yeah, recite. You recite.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रत नमस्यन्तश्च चामां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्तोपासते.
Okay. 9.26. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta prayachati tad aham bhakti uparatam asnami prayat atmana. Somebody is unmuted. Please stay muted. Okay, then 9.26. Yat karosi yadasnasi yat chuosi dadasi yat yat tapaswasi tu kaunteya tat kuruswa madarpanam. Okay, 9.34. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam evashyashi yuktaivam atmanam matprayana. 10.8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Matchitta matkata prana. So 10.9. 10.9 is Matchitta matkata prana bodhayantas parasparam kathayantas chamam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So I'll pause here for any questions, comments so far, and then I will recite Srimad Bhagavatam verses. So I don't know if others have joined. My hands are occupied in cutting the bhoga. So what we are doing is the body, the hands, etc. are doing the cutting, etc. while I am trying to fix the mind on Krishna by reciting verses. So chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra while doing is also okay, but by reciting verses, it's getting you out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, if you recite Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you are not listening at all. It's the same as the blank japa that I do every day. I may be doing so lots of japa, but I'm not listening to my japa. So what's the point? So I will now recite Srimad Bhagavatam verses, same way as I was reciting Bhagavad Gita verses. And again, you see, my hands are occupied here on cutting bhoga, looking at on the stove the other item I have cooked, I have put for cooking, and I'm trying to separate my mind from my body. Right now, my body, mind, soul by default are one and the same. So I have to separate them, and to separate them, first I have to be able to see them. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I will practice as we go along. I will show a few things as we go along. So first I have cut cantaloupe. So you will notice that I have cut half the cantaloupe. And I will explain all this as we go along. And as we prepare the plates for Gopinath. So Bhagavatam verses, and Shalini will have to help me as I go along. 1.1.1, and those of you who already are in the Bhagavatam classes can follow along by looking at the book, or if you have memorized together, so that you are also doing the offering. So understand, you all are doing the offering. So drop everything else that you may have on your hand and just focus on the offering. So Bhagavatam verses 1.1.1. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya yato anvayad itarascha arteshu abhigyana swara tene brahma hridayati kavaye muyanti yatsuraya tejo vari mridam yata vinimayo atra trisarga amrasa damne svena sada nihasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. 1.2.4. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirahe. 1.2.6. Savai pumsa paro dharma yato bhakti radokshaje ahetuki apratahita yayatma suprasiddhati. 1.7.22. Arjuna Uvacha Krishna Krishna Mahabhavo Bhaktanam Abhayankara Dvayam Eko Hidaya Mananam. What's the last line, Shalini?
Apargo si samsati.
Apargos Asi Samshati. Okay, 1.8.22. Nama Pankaja Nabaye, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraye, Namaste Pankaja Grihe. Okay. 2.3.10. Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param. The last verse that I'll recite today is 3.15.43. It's a very beautiful verse. Somebody is unmuted. Please stay muted. So Bhagavatam 3.15.43. Tasya Aravinda Nayanasya Padaravinda Kinjal Kamishra Tulsi Makaranda Vayu Antagate Swavivarena Chakara Tesham Sanshobham Akshara Jusam Apichitta Tanvo. So what was I doing? I was preparing bhoga for Gopinath. I'm washing, cutting. So my hands are doing what they have to, and my body, and I'm simultaneously watching the other item getting cooked on the stove, and simultaneously I am reciting verses. That way I am separating my body and my mind, so that I can first see my mind, so that I can control my mind. So we will now start making Gopinath plates. Anybody has any questions so far? Questions, comments, realizations?
Prabhuji, do we make only one plate for Gopinath or for Radharani also?
So we make one plate for one altar, and as we go in the temple room, I will show you. So I am going to make two plates because I have one altar and then I have extended altar for Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'm going to make two plates, but you can start with one plate. It's okay. At the Toronto temple, we have three altars. So one is Shishi Gaurnitai, then Shishi Radha Krishna, and then Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani. So at the Toronto temple, we make three plates for the three altars, and then the fourth plate is for Guru. At your home, you can do one plate. It's okay. You don't have to do different plate for Srimati Radharani. Gopinath and Srimati Radharani, they honor the prasadam together, the bhoga together. Or Srimati Radharani does not take it together, but she is a devotee, so she will take the prasadam after Gopinath has accepted. And this is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. If you read around chapters 53, there are three or four chapters for Rukmani's pastime, where not the Rukmani's pastime, the Sudama pastime, which is Bhagavatam Canto 10, chapters 80 and 81, where Sudama had brought chipped rice, broken chipped rice for Gopinath, and Gopinath accepted it. So when we will cover Srimad Bhagavatam, at that point we will discuss this at great length, that Rukmani Devi stopped Gopinath from honoring more of that prasad, and we'll understand why. One of the reasons, there are three reasons why Rukmani Devi stopped Gopinath. One of the reason is that Rukmani Devi and the other devotees, other queens, they wanted the Mahaprasad from Gopinath. So we offer everything to Gopinath, and then the devotees take it as prasad, just as we take prasad. So you see what I'm doing right now here. Anybody has any more questions? So you see all this, as I was saying, somebody might have joined up part way. So this corner of the house, of the kitchen, I have set aside for Gopinath. So everything here is for Gopinath only. And these are the offering plates. Now these plates and everything, this paraphernalia, this also becomes Gopinath. So what I've done is I have cut fruit. You'll see I have cut cantaloupe, orange, and some grapes. I have cut fruit and I have uncut fruit. Plus I have water, and I'm preparing oatmeal. And you see in the water that I put in the cups, I will take a little tissue and dry the cup from outside, just so that the presentation is very nice. So just as we have, say when you have a guest coming and you want to impress the guest, here we are trying to do the service for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So with these two plates, I'm also going to show you multiple ways. So you see the fruit that I have washed, I also have uncut fruit. So I'm going to show you multiple scenarios, and you can adopt and adjust according to what works best for you. And every day try to offer at least one time. So I'm giving you a starting point, and you can then grow from there. So let me finish this cooking. This is also done. So while this cooking is happening, I will continue to recite verses, or I will sometimes I leave it on a slow flame and go and chant. Any questions so far? Okay. So as this is getting ready, I will just continue to recite verses. So I had recited Bhagavad Gita until about chapter 10. There is in chapter 13 there is an important verse, 13.22. Purusha pakati sto hi bhongte pakati jan gunan karanam guna sango asya yad asad yoni janmashu sad asad yoni janmashu. Last line, so I'll repeat 13.22. Purusha pakati sto hi bhongte pakati jan gunan karanam guna sango asya yad sad asad yoni janmashu. Then 14.26. Mamcha yo eva vyabhicharine bhakti yogena sevana sagunan samanti yetam. No, I forgot. Somebody help me. 14.26. Savai mamcha yo avyabhicharine
Karena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samattatittam brahma bhutaya kalpade.
Excellent. Thank you. Mamcha yo avyabhicharine bhakti yogena sevaya sagunan samanti yetam brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So this is the way to continue to memorize. So what's happening is, you see, I don't have TV on, I don't have internet on. Well, today I am on the phone just because I am talking through my phone, but otherwise my phone is also kept aside, and I am just focused. Even if somebody calls, normally it's so early in the morning, not many people generally call, but even if occasionally I may get some message, I will just let it go. Now, very important to understand that when I'm cooking in the pot, normal practice is that people will take a little in the hand and taste. Don't ever do that, because then this is no more bhoga. It is, you have already tasted it. If say you forget, say if you are making dal or something, and you have to put salt and you forgot salt, then what do? So if you forgot salt, don't taste. Put salt or lemon in a different cup and on the plate. And if you are making sweet, then and you don't remember whether you added sugar or not, so put sugar in a separate bowl, small, and put that on the offering plate instead of tasting, because we are not Bhoktaram. Krishna is Bhoktaram. We don't taste anything. So right now I added little honey to the oatmeal. So it has just come off the gas. So I will first try to cool it down a little. Now Canada is one big deep freezer. It's very easy to cool down. I'll simply open the window here. It's very cold outside. And I will just stir a little by the window and it will get cold. In India, don't try to blow on the bhoga preparation to cool it down, because you will be ending up spitting in the bhoga offering. So just let it cool down. And why we let it cool down is because Gopinath is like a small child. Just as a small child, as soon as you give the child to eat something, the child starts gobbling everything. So Gopinath is exactly like a small child. So when you are doing services like this, you are in the Vatsalya Rasa, meaning you are in the parent Rasa. So I do this offering, not just today, but I do this offering 365 days, almost 365 days, unless I have to go early morning to the temple for services. So sometimes the regular working days, I have to run also. So at that time, I don't have time to do the cooling down. So I will offer hot or seemingly hot to Gopinath. And the first thing I will tell Gopinath, and I use this Marathi frame which has stuck on me. As soon as I put the plates on the altar, I say, Tamba, Tamba, Tamba. It is hot. So I'm telling Gopinath. So it's not, it's Gopinath is a person, and you can talk to him and he will reciprocate accordingly. And so now this Bhoga offering is also ready. So I will put it in the bowl as much as you can see. So you will notice that I have filled the bowl very nicely. Gopinath is always a 16-year-old, so he eats a lot. I have filled the bowl nicely. Now, for the fruit, you will notice that I have left uncut fruit directly on the plate. I will show you the plate closely, and I'm putting the cut fruit two ways, so that you can adjust what works best for you. One of the plate, I am putting the cut fruit directly in the plate without a bowl. And on the other plate, I am putting the cut fruit in a katori, in a bowl, so that you can see different ways. It doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as it works for you. And to make it decorative, I will put blueberries or something else. Yesterday I couldn't find blueberries when I went to do the Bhoga shopping, so I got some grapes just to make it colorful. And Gopinath likes it colorful. And those of you who know me from the Toronto temple, whenever we prepare the fruit offering, it also is always colorful. So here now the Bhoga plates are ready, and I will show you close by. So you'll see, I will clean the edges just so that the presentation is nice, because we are doing it for Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everybody with me? So we have done the initial steps from the printout that I had given you. So now the plates are ready. At this time, you put the tulsi, as well as you can put, you first invite Ganga river into an Achman cup, and then purify the Bhoga offering with the Ganga water. Now, right now we are skipping all of that, and we will put Tulsi Maharani as it is. Now, Tulsi Maharani is very dear to Krishna. We have to be very careful. Now, in India, it's easy to grow Tulsi Maharani. In Toronto, it's available dry Tulsi from Vrindavan like this. So those of you who don't have, because of the cold weather, it's very difficult to grow Tulsi Maharani here. And you will see when I take you in the temple, I do have Tulsi Maharani, but because I don't have devotion, Tulsi Maharani does not grow at my home. So what I'm doing, Tulsi Maharani, I will show you close by that I am putting Tulsi Maharani in two different ways on the two different plates. One plate, I am putting one leaf on each item. So I put on the fruit, I put one leaf on the uncut fruit, I put one leaf in the water. The other plate, I am instead of putting Tulsi Maharani on each item, I can just put one Tulsi leaf in the whole plate, and that's also okay. In Canada, it's very difficult to grow Tulsi Maharani, so you have to conserve specifically in winter times. So I will now show you the plates, and then I will take you to the altar, and you will I will explain what you will do there. So here is one plate where I have placed everything, and I have placed Tulsi Maharani on top of each of the items, as well as I have left a Tulsi Maharani directly in the plate also. The other plate, and you saw in the first plate, I left the cut fruit directly in the plate. In the second plate, I have put cut fruit in a bowl. Now, both plates are not almost identical. At the Toronto temple, yes, we try to have the plates identical, except special occasions. But otherwise, it's okay. You adjust what works for you. I will now take you to the altar. Any questions, comments, realizations so far?
Prabhuji, I have a question. That Tulsi Maharani, is it fresh or they comes in a package?
It's a dry Tulsi.
Right, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I have a question. It's Divya.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, like the fruits and stuff, do you like have to go shop for them every day? Like they have to be fresh, or let's say if you buy a bag of apples, can you use that for a couple of days?
Yeah, you don't have to go every day. You can
Okay.
you can shop and use it till this. So the orange, it's the last one that is left. I had it for like a week or so. So you don't have to buy every day.
Okay. But
So
but
now,
like for example, that melon that you cut in half, you won't offer that again, right? Or is that okay?
so very good point. So you see, I have only cut half of the melon. Now, same way with the cooking, when we come back, I can finish this and that also becomes prasad. Or sometimes the melon during summertime, they come really, really big. You can just leave the other half and the other half stays as bhoga. So this melon, I will anyway cut it off and that still becomes prasad. Gopinath is accepting everything. It's just that for what can go on the plate is what can go on the plate.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Any more questions? So now I will take you to the altar. Now, when we enter the altar, you will follow all the steps just as you follow at the normal temple, that you will knock on the door. So I will knock for you, then start obeisances at the door itself, then Prabhupada, then at the altar from again Prabhupada, Panchatattva, Gaurnitai, Radha Krishna, and Jagannath Baldev, Subhadra Maharani. In the altar, I also do have Tulsi Maharani. So I've explained, now the altar doors are already open. So we will not offer any obeisances or anything to Tulsi Maharani. So everybody ready to go to the altar?
Ji Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
So,
Prabhuji.
so you all can turn on your camera so Gopinath can see you and Shalini can make it gallery for everyone. I have anyway made it gallery at my place, and then in a minute Shalini can again make it spotlight so that Gopinath is on the spotlight. Okay, let's go to the altar. First, you will take offering, and then I'll bring the plates. I will leave the computer on the altar, not on the altar, but besides the altar. So the biggest room in the home is Krishna's Darbar, is Krishna's temple. So here we are. So this is Krishna's temple. So you enter, if I knock the door, you first enter and say, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gaurnitai ki jai, Shri Radha Kichur Gopinath ki jai, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Then we offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitin Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Pashkaya Deshatari. Everybody can unmute and you can all recite the prayers together. So now we are at the altar and you all can recite the prayers together. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya
Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitin Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine.
Vandana Krishna Prema Padayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Gauratu Sima
Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami.
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu
Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Kopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Jana Gaurangi Radhavindraneshwari Shabhanas Devi Pranamami Hari
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patakami Bhava Hare
Bhavatami
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hari Hari Hari
So
Rama Hari Rama.
you will notice that the altar that I have is very much similar to how we have at the Toronto temple. That you have Guru Parampara, then the Panchatattva, then Gaurnitai, then Shri Radha Kichur Gopinath, and then Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani. I also have the other altar for Gopinath and for Bhagavatam, not Gopinath, but Bhagavatam. I will also show you. So here, so just as we have the Guru Parampara, So somebody is somebody has the audio dual at your places. You can mute yourself. So you can see you start by Prabhupada, then you have Panchatattva, and then you have Shri Radha Kirchur Gopinath from the Toronto temple. I will show you another picture of Gopinath. Can you all please mute? So this is Gopinath from a recent picture. And I have Gopinath. This Gopinath is roughly 50 years old. Can you all please mute? There is background noise. Shalini, you can mute all. So this is Gopinath from roughly 50 years ago. Our dear Subudhi Mataji had given me this picture. So Sonam stays with Subudhi Mata. And you can notice the difference that that there is some difference between Gopinath, which is now, and then this is Gopinath that is roughly 50 years ago. So I will place you now on a table in front of the altar, and I will bring the offering plates. Now you all will be doing the offering, and we will recite the prayers as we go along, and I will follow along with you. So while you are waiting here, while I bring the offering plates, you all can unmute and recite the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. At some of you places, those of you who have more than one connection at your place, only connect the audio for one of them, not all of them, otherwise there is static noise. So so now I'm going to get the Bhoga plate. So I will again knock on the door to leave, and I will come back. So you all can unmute and recite the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Gopinath.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Shalini, mute everyone. So now I have given Gopinath sitting place, and I had given you prayers. So we are going to skip all those prayers. All those who are in Toronto and around area, I can give you the cushion. Somebody is still not muted. So those of you who are in Toronto and around area, I can give you the cushion that you can use. Our dear Vijay Prabhu has given me lots of cushions, and you can use that. So now we all will recite the prayer. So I have given you the prayers, and I will also ring the bell shortly so that Gopinath can hear the prayers from all of you. So the process is that you have 3 sets of prayers. The first prayer you are saying it 3 times, then the second prayer 3 times, and then the third prayer 3 times. I am sitting beside you on the floor. You cannot see me right now, but you can judge. Now, when you are offering, where are you looking? You are supposed to look at Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is right here, because I don't have any ability to offer to Gopinath directly. I am offering to Srila Prabhupada, and I am asking Srila Prabhupada to take it at the lotus feet of Shri Radha and Krishna. So you have in the printout that I gave you, so you all can recite it loud together, all the prayers, because you all are doing the offering, and you all can unmute and you all can recite the prayers together. So we start by, you have it in your printout, you have Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada. All of you can unmute and follow the steps where we say we start talking the prayers. Which step is it, Shalini? Unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I was just typing for one Prabhu. Could you please repeat what you were asking?
Which step number is it where we say, Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev, please accept our offering?
One moment, Prabhu.
Somebody knows which step number is it?
8. I thought it's 3D.
Yeah,
Step 3.
it's step number 3, I think.
Yes, step number 3.
Okay. So we start by saying, Hey Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, please accept our offering. All of you can. Prabhupada, Gurudev, please accept our offering and please forgive for any shortcoming. Please
Forgive me for any mistakes. Krishna Srila Prabhupada, please accept our offering offered to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Krishna. Please forgive us for any shortcomings. Please forgive us for any mistakes. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pachariне Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashadrani Krishna Padaya Krishna Sudaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashadrani Sudaya Krishna Padaya Krishna Sudaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prabhupada Krishnaaya Namo Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Namo Brahmanya Devaya Raghuttaya Krishnaya Jagatitaya Krishnaya Namo 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 Brahmanya Devaya Krishnaya Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo 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 Brahmanya Devaya Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Bhavana Hridaya Cha Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha
Jagatitaya Krishna Jagatitaya Krishna Jagatitaya Krishna Govinda. Please accept our offerings.
Shalini, are you able to mute everyone on the participants list?
Yes, Prabhu.
So now we will leave everything on the altar, and we will just offer our obeisances and say, please accept our offering. So I'm gonna take everything back, and we just offer our obeisances here. Please accept our offering, and we go back and complete. So when I leave, I will again knock on the door, and I leave. So at this point, I will finish the rest of the Bhoga offering, cutting that I have to do, and the cleaning, etc. And in the meantime, I will always take some questions, comments, realizations so far.
Prabhuji, I have a question. So you do this, like, with all this ceremony in the morning, but how about during the day? Let's say we are eating lunch. Can we just offer in our minds before we start eating, and even dinner for that matter?
So start by offering one time. So I'm giving you a starting point. You are supposed to offer all your meals to Gopinath. And if I tell you to do everything right now, then you will become overwhelmed. Therefore, I have given you a starting point of what has happened. So right now, what I have offered is there for breakfast and is there for lunch in the one offering, because I have fruit also in there. And generally in the afternoon time, I have fruit. So that is your starting point, and then grow to offering all meals. So I also had uncut fruit. So when you have to travel to work every day, which is what I do also, at that point, I offer uncut fruit and carry the uncut fruit to office. And you can do that, grow from where you are right now. Does that help you?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
So ask questions right now, everyone. Everybody understands what the process we followed?
Can I ask a question, Prabhu?
Marsha, go ahead. So I am not on the control, so you will just have to unmute and ask a question, or Shalini can see if somebody has raised their hand.
So do you buy special plates and everything and then not eat from them yourself and just leave them for the offering?
That is correct. So the plates that I showed you at the start that were lying on the counter and that we took, that all is for Gopinath. I don't eat in those plates at all. They are only for Gopinath, just as at the Toronto temple, we have all those utensils, plates, then katoris, then glass, everything is for Gopinath only.
Thank you.
And you will soon see that when I will start transferring, when we bring it back, you will see what I'm doing, and that should. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm cutting rest of the fruit that is left over, and today I am answering questions, but otherwise I will continue to recite verses, or I will listen to Prabhupada lecture or my Guru Maharaj's lecture, so that the mind is occupied in Krishna consciousness. So this is the sadhana every morning, 365 days a year. One of the devotee was asking me that because we are going to do the Bhoga offering on Sunday, does that mean we will not have a class on Saturday? No, that all stays. All these processes, I'm just showing it to you today, but this is 365 days. Ask questions, please, quickly. All of you understand what all you have to do?
In the morning, if we offer some fruits to Sri Krishna and then take that as prasad with us, can we have it along with all the other food that we have? Like we will have some roti, dal, sabji, etc. for lunch when we work to office.
So as long as it is not meat, it is okay for as your starting point, and then grow to having only prasad. So right now we will read a couple of verses. So I want somebody to read 3.13 translation. Bhagavad Gita 3.13. Somebody read 3.13 translation. Somebody.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
the devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense, enjoyment, verily eat only sin. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so Mother Chandranti's voice got disconnected again and again. Vimal Prabhu, if you want to read 3.13 translation again.
The devotees of Lord are released from all kind of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment rarely eat only sin.
Right, so if you are not offering to Krishna and eating, that is not prasad. That is bhoga, and you are only eating sin. I've given you a starting point, and then grow to what you have to advance to. I want somebody else to read 3.14 translation, and in the purport, 8 lines down, start reading the purport also. Somebody unmute and read.
3.14. All living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yagna, sacrifice, and yagna is born of prescribed duties.
So yeah, the purport, 8 lines down the line, it starts something about Lord Krishna.
When Lord Krishna is worshipped, the demigods, who are different limbs of the Lord, are also automatically worshipped. Therefore, there is no separate need to worship the demigods. For this reason, devotees of the Lord, who are in Krishna consciousness, offer food to Krishna and then eat, a process which nourishes the body spiritually. By such action, not only are past sinful reactions in the body vanquished, but the body becomes immunized to all contamination of material nature. When there is an epidemic disease, an antiseptic vaccine protects a person from the attack of such an epidemic. Similarly, food offered to Lord Vishnu and then taken by us makes us sufficiently resistant to material affection. And one who is accustomed to this practice is called a devotee of the Lord. Therefore, a person in Krishna consciousness who eats only food offered to Krishna can counteract all reactions of past material infections, which are impediments to the progress of self-realization. On the other hand, one who does not do so continues to increase the volume of sinful action, and this prepares the next body to resemble hogs and dogs to suffer the resultant reactions of all the sins. The material world is full of contaminations and one who is immunized by accepting prasadam of the Lord, food offered to Vishnu, is saved from the attack, whereas one who does not do so becomes subjected to contamination.
Okay, so very good. So 2 points was we don't need to offer separately to demigods. So you notice on my altar, there were no demigods. Plus, we read right now that just as in a pandemic, you need protection. Similarly, the prasad is the protection for whatever contamination is there, and that acts as protection. So right now, what I'm doing is I am preparing containers to transfer the leftover prasad, whatever offering I'm preparing, and when the prasad comes, they will get transferred. So Marsha was asking, so you see these containers are different. This pot where I was assembling the fruit, that is still Gopinath's. I am not going to honor in that pot. I'm going to transfer into a different pot or a different plate and eat from that plate, not directly from Gopinath's plate. This is only for Gopinath. I want Pragya to read, and everybody will go 9.26. So what we did today right now is exactly 9.26. So anybody wants to recite 9.26, and then Pragya can read the translation.
Yes, Prabhu.
Somebody recite 9.
Patram pushpam
Yeah, go
palam
ahead.
tuyam yo me bhaktaya prayachati tataham bhakti uparhatam asnami prayatatmanaha. Hare Krishna.
Excellent. Pragya, 9.26 translation, and then paragraph 2 and 3 of the purport.
Ji Prabhuji. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it.
Okay, so that's what we did. We offered water, we offered leaf, which is Tulsi Marani, we offered fruit, and we, well, love and devotion will vary for everyone. At least I don't have love and devotion, but we were attempting to do that. Okay, Pragya will read purport 2 and 3, 9.26.
The process of achieving such a marvelous result, is that where I read from?
So I am not on. You will have to
Okay,
judge paragraph 2 and 3.
Pragya, paragraph 2, which is starting here, Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna.
It starts with here. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that.
Okay, I'm just locating. Is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss and knowledge. Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient, and yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti or devotional service is only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, such as becoming a Brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or great philosopher, can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute whole. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals what types of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of light, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants, and he avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, eggs should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offering, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, flower, and water be given to him. And he says, "Of this offering, I will accept it." Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, eggs, and eggs. Vegetables, grain, fruits, milk, and water
Okay.
are proper foods for human beings and prescribed by Lord
Okay.
Krishna himself.
Okay. So what did he say? He will accept patram pushpam phalam toyam, that fruit, grains, leaf, water, etc. But not meat. No meat, no eggs, no fish, etc. I see a couple of hands are up. You have some questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's Shivangi. Prabhuji, if the prasad, the bhoga is not mixed in, the offered bhoga is not mixed in with the other things that you had cooked, it's not prasadam, right? So you shouldn't honor it while it's in the altar, right? The cooked
That is
food.
correct. Yeah, you are correct. So you see how I am assembling in the pots, it's still bhoga. Only when I bring the plates back, which is the next step coming up. But yes, it's still bhoga till Gopinath is accepted. And sometimes at the Toronto temple, you will notice, or you can do it at home also. Say you have cooked an item, and you know you want that same item to be offered later on also. So you can take it out before you mix the prasad, and then it still stays at bhoga. So the rule is that the offering should be prepared within 3 hours of the offering. It's explained in Bhagavad Gita chapter 17 that beyond 3 hours, then it becomes not offerable to Krishna. Therefore, whatever packed items you buy from the store, you cannot offer to Krishna. You have to offer fresh cooked, which is cooked within 3 hours. I mean, you will grow into offering fresh. So just as Shalini was asking, what do I do for dinner? We do it in the morning. So grow from where you are right now. Next question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sometimes it happens rarely that when we cook something, we maybe forget to add salt, or maybe it is more or any other ingredient. But then when we have another prasadam, then we understand that. So in that case, how do we?
Yeah.
If we
So
can.
I explain. Yeah. So I explained at the start that when you are cooking and you are doubtful whether you put salt or not. So normally in India, you will notice, or any place, you will notice that people try to taste it first. Don't ever do it to taste. What you do is you put salt in a separate small katori, or lemon in a small katori, and leave it on the altar. Or if you forgot sugar, then put sugar in a bowl and leave it on the altar instead of tasting. And when you bring it back, then you can taste and mix and adjust accordingly. If you at all forgot altogether and even to put the salt on the altar or sugar while you offered the item, then later on you can just add salt and sugar. That's okay.
Yeah, if it is more, then can we adjust it later, or?
Yeah, you can adjust it. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Prabhu,
Are
I
you
have a
all?
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prabhu, after offering the bhoga to Krishna, and what we do with that? What is left over from Krishna?
What do you mean leftover?
All the fruit when we cook, we materially offer to Krishna, and Krishna took whatever Krishna needs. And what we do with the leftover plate, the food, should we give it to a family member or friends, or what do we do with cut food?
Yeah, it's all prasad for you now.
All for us.
Yeah.
Or we can share with anybody.
Yeah, and your family. So right now you see this leftover. So I'll lower the camera. So I have this leftover that will become prasad, and I am assembling. So I have water in here. I have whatever uh, oatmeal I prepared. It's only little because I only cooked for what to offer. So I'm going to bring the plates now, and all of that will become prasad once I mix in here.
You take
And
it.
Shalini, if you can please lowering the hands, and all of those can please lowering the hands when your questions are answered. Everybody okay? Are we okay to get the plates back? And very important learning coming up.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I'm going to bring. So those of you who are writing in the chat, I am not on the controls. So you will have to unmute and speak, or Shalini will have to monitor what is going on the chat and the hands raised. So I will bring the plates back. So I have cleaned up the space. I have transferred from the pots. I have water also that we offered. I will bring the plates back, and very important learning coming up. So have undivided attention, and very, very important practical learning is coming up. So I will bring the plates. I won't take this camera there because I'm only going to bring the plates back. It will only be less than a minute. So I'll just go there. I will again walk to the altar, and I will knock on the doors. I will knock on the doors, and I will offer obeisances on the floor. Hare Krishna. Then, so you have steps. So I had placed the sitting cushion. So I will take that back. I'm skipping all the prayers right now. And I will just take the Bhoga offering back to where we are, and continue forward. So the altar doors, depending on your circumstances, the altar doors can stay open. If you have to leave, from your house and you have to close the altar door, that's also okay. Normally, Monday to Friday, when I go for work, but I have to leave. So some days I work from home, then the altar door stays open. Other days I will close the altar and put Gopinath to rest. So I have brought the offering plates back. So Krishna has accepted the bhakti, and he has returned everything back as prasad. So on the plates is Mahaprasad, and when we mix, everything becomes prasad. When we give this Mahaprasad to spiritual master, and we take a tiny bit from that spiritual master plate, that becomes Mahaprasad. And taking Mahaprasad from spiritual master, you have to first take permission. And by taking that tiny pinch, just a pinch from the spiritual master's plate, after spiritual master gives you permission, all your sins are very easily eradicated. So very important learning coming up. Anybody has any questions, comments so far? Where I'm going to transfer all of this and I will explain a couple of things.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, quick question. Do you have to do the full set of obeisances every time you go into the temple room?
Yeah, read 9.34. What does it say? Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru. So you have to offer obeisances. When you say full obeisances, I mean, do understand that those who are doing services, they do enter the altar so frequently. So at that time, you can offer obeisances with folded hands instead of offering the obeisances again and again on the floor. If you are going in the altar once and then couple hours later, then offer obeisances. As much as you can offer obeisances, these are the 4 things to do to become a devotee. 9.34 says, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru. That offer obeisances is one of the 4 items and you will become a devotee. So very important learning coming up, and I have to transfer all of this here. देखा एक ख्वाब तो ये सिलसिले हुए दूर तक निगाह में है गुल खिले हुए. Wait, what a minute. देखा एक ख्वाब is very similar to ध्यायतो विषयम पुंसा. My mind distracted me. Everybody, please unmute immediately and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra with me immediately for 1 minute. Shalini, please play Prabhupada Japa for 1 minute.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
So what happened here? Shalini, stop.
You brought back the concentration focus.
Uncle, you have to unmute one of, only unmute one. You have multiple devices on and there is background noise. What happened here? Somebody, what happened here?
Distraction.
Distraction. So I woke up early morning. I was chanting japa before I started Bhoga offering. I was fully occupied, but my mind still distracted me. So we read and listened to Chaitanya Chanda's lecture just last week or a week before in batch number 4, that mind is going to distract you, but you have to, whatever you hear, whatever you see, you have to correlate with Shastra Chakshu. So as soon as this contamination from my mind from before of the movie song from Silsila, which came, so as soon as I heard Dekha Ek Khab, that was like imagination. That's exactly what 2.62 says. Dhyayato Vishayam Pumsa. And we have heard and we read, and I'll pray this lecture immediately again as soon as I finish this, that mind is going to distract, but we have to have our spiritual weapons to control the mind. And that's what we all did. So you cannot stop from mind not distracting. Mind is going to distract. You don't have a choice there. But what you have to do is you have to use spiritual weapons to counteract and bring your mind back. So that's what we did. I want somebody to go to 6.26 translation and read, please. .26, somebody.
Hare Krishna.
From wherever, sorry.
Uncle, go ahead if you're reading.
From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self.
Uncle, I told you to please mute only one and stay unmuted on the other. Shalini, if you want to read 6.26 again, please.
Hare Krishna. 6.26. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. Hare Krishna.
Right. So my mind wandered, even though I was doing spiritual activity, and this will happen 24 hours. And I've explained from day one, Shastra Chakshu, that whatever you hear. So as soon as I started reciting, which happened to be a song, contamination from before. So I saw, wait a minute, those words are exactly like Dhyayato Vishayam Pumsa. Shalini, mute everyone, please. Everyone has to have discipline. Otherwise, you are distracting everyone else. So I am transferring the bhoga now and into the plates that I have assembled. So I transferred water in a jug, in a pitcher. Now this all becomes prasad. Fruit I transferred in a bowl, and the oatmeal I am transferring also. Now this water. So many of you had asked me that the family members, what do I do? They are not devotees. So give them prasad. We read in 3.14 and 3.15. You don't even know. So there is Tulsi Marani in the water that we added. Tulsi Marani, you don't have to choose. So to your devotees, to your family, you don't give the Tulsi Marani. You can honor that separately because they don't know, they will end up chewing the Tulsi Marani. Therefore, you can give rest of the water that is mixed, and this becomes prasad. Even though they are not realizing, this becomes prasad, and you can do the same for milk also. You can offer milk and it becomes prasad. I see Shivangi has a question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I see you are offered oatmeal. Is it okay to heat it up again when you honor it as prasada?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, understand that if you had tulsi in the oatmeal, then you remove the tulsi marani. You should not heat tulsi marani. Tulsi marani is very dear to Krishna. So if you are heating again, ensure that you remove the tulsi marani from whatever you are heating it again. Therefore, as your starting point, instead of putting tulsi marani in all the items, first only put tulsi marani in one plate, in the whole plate as one tulsi marani, so that you are not confused whether you removed the tulsi marani or not. Now do understand that as I am transferring the prasad, the Mahaprasad, I am not licking my fingers. This is all Gopinath plates, Gopinath katori. I cannot use them. So I am trying to clean with my thumb and finger as much as is possible without licking my hands. Shivangi, does that answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
And I will show you that the fruit was okay, the water was okay. I still removed everything, even that last drop as much as possible without licking. And I am clearing from Gopinath's katori the prasad, because the prasad is Krishna. The katori is also Krishna. The paraphernalia that we use for Krishna, that also is Krishna. Is explained in Sri Upanishad that the paraphernalia, meaning these katoris, these are also Krishna. So I will show you right now that I tried to clean as much as possible without licking my hands or without licking the katori. And you can see that the katori is kind of almost clean. And this is, I am very famous at the Toronto temple for doing this. So normally I do this transfer on the other side. because this space is for Gopinath. But today I am showing you this, and I will clean the space up. So now the next step is I have to first clean Gopinath plates. I still cannot honor Prasad. I have to first clean Gopinath plates, and I cannot offer to demigods also if you plan to offer to demigods. So I'm going to move all of this away from here. And I'm gonna simply, with my hand or towel or whatever works for you, I'm going to clean this space up. And now I'm going to clean. Now these Gopinath plates, as I explained, they are Krishna themselves. So I'm not using a very heavy scrub to clean the plates. I'm cleaning by my hand, just as, say, when you give a bath to a small child, you don't put a heavy scrub on the child. Similarly, Gopinath is like a small child. This is Vatsalya Rasa service. So you clean by hand. So the pots, etc., that I have to scrub, I understand. So I have kept separate scrub for Gopinath pots, meaning the cooking pots. But these plates, etc., I am washing by my hand. I am not scrubbing with anything. If at all you have to use a scrub, use a soft scrub, because this is Gopinath. As much as possible, try to clean with your hand in a natural way. If you have any questions, you can just unmute and ask, because I have my back to the camera and I am trying to do the cleaning. So while I'm doing the cleaning, yeah, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, you mentioned earlier that spiritual master's plate become Maha Prasad. Can you please explain it why?
So Krishna is Mahaprasad, and the living spiritual master, that becomes Mahaprasad. Living spiritual master is a direct representative of Krishna. He is live in front of you, and that is Mahaprasad. That's what scriptures have described, that becomes Mahaprasad.
Every time, Prabhuji, when we offer Bhoga to Krishna, so we should also offer to spiritual master as well.
Yes, so I explained at the start that at your home you can offer only one plate, but if you have different altars, then you can of course offer, just as at the Toronto temple we have 4 plates, 3 for the 3 altars and 1 for Guru and Guru Parampara. At your home, it's okay, you can offer only one. And as we were offering the prayer, we were offering it to spiritual master, meaning here today we were offering it to Prabhupada, and we were asking Prabhupada to take it to Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have one more question. So when we offer separate plate to spiritual master, do we need to put a tulsi leaf on it?
Everything is same. Tulsi leaf goes on everything.
Even for spiritual master's plate, right?
Yeah, you can put tulsi leaf on everything.
Hare Krishna.
So,
Prabhuji, do we also mix our prasad to the rest of the, bhog to rest of the cut fruits?
Yeah, so that's what I did. So I will show you. Let me finish this what I have in my hand. So if you recall, let me show you. So if you recall, in this pot, in this bowl, I had the leftover cantaloupe cut, and then I brought the offering and I mixed everything together. All of this becomes prasad now. Is that what you're asking, Pragya?
Yes, Prabhuji. So I was asking whether we also do it at our place after the bhoga that we had offered. We mix it with the remaining cut fruits.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So normally I will continue to chant while I am doing this. So this is all part of morning sadhana, 365 days a year. So what I have done is, and you all will wonder why so much sadhana in the morning. So we all go out in the material world. By this strong sadhana, I have fortified myself with Krishna and Krishna's mercy. That way, when I go in the material world, which is full of contamination, I stay protected to a certain extent. Plus, whatever I hear and whatever I see, I anyway correlate with scripture, just as my mind deviated, and I immediately correlated with 2.62 verse, and I said, wait a minute, my mind distracted, and therefore I brought the mind back. Plus, when I'm driving, I'm again looking at number plates, and I'm reciting verses based on the number plates. Questions, comments, realizations? We are almost done with this.
Prabhuji, please repeat this Tulsi. We are saying you should not mind. Please, I'm not very clear on that. Could you please?
So Tulsi Marani is very dear to Krishna. So you should not, when you are trying to heat again some leftover prasadam, you should not have Tulsi on the heating pot. Plus, when you are honoring prasad, you have to ensure that you don't chew Tulsi Marani. So therefore, I was saying that those devotees who have family members who are still beginners or not yet there, you can give them water, milk, etc., but remove the Tulsi because they will not realize that they are not supposed to chew the Tulsi Marani, and they will unnecessarily create an offense for themselves. For us, you just chew the Tulsi Marani. So I have cleaned the space up here back to normal, and I have put all the plates back for drying. So this all is Gopinath area. The drawers up here, the drawers bottom. Just as in the Toronto temple, we have a small kitchen for Gopinath. Here at home, I have left one corner, all for Gopinath here. So these items I don't touch for myself. So I transferred the prasadam in a different container, and that's when except that other bowl that I showed you, where I was assembling the fruit, that also is Gopinath. So I will transfer the fruit onto another bowl and wash the bowl and leave it in the corner here. Questions, comments, realizations? So there are many prayers that I have skipped for a reason, because I didn't want to overwhelm you, and I have only given you a starting point. So at this point, when Gopinath plates are washed, then you can offer prasad to demigods if you so intend to do. There is no reason, no need to do demigod worship separately. But if you still have the desire, then this is the time to offer prasad to demigods. Questions, comments, realizations?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, your video has gone off, Prabhu.
Yeah, I'm turning on. I'm just connecting the other computer, and I'm going to turn on in a minute.
Thank you, Prabhuji. This was excellent. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. So all of you can all see each other and have ask questions or whatever you may have.
Prabhuji, we are yet to honor prasadam. That thing we are yet to do, right?
Yeah. So we will all recite the Mahaprasade prayer. So you have it in the printout that I gave you. So all of you can unmute and all of us can recite the Mahaprasade prayers together. Mahaprasade
Ade
Govinde
Govinde
Namo
Namo
Brahmani
Brahmani Vaishnavi Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishvashonai Vajayate Sarira Vidya Cha Jodendriya Dayaka Jive Pele Visya Sagore Tanmate Jivate Lokamoi Sagurmati Takiti Katena Samsare Krishna Bhara
Krishna
Bharamoi
Bharo
Kori Bari Jive Je Saprasadanda Dilo Bhai Se Anamrita Pavada Krishna Guna
Krishna
Gauri
Gunam
Preme
Prema
Dakho Chaitanya
Dakho
Nitai Jai Nimai Jai
Jai
Nitai Jai Shri
Jai
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara
Gadadhara
Srivasadi Gaura
Shivasadi Gaur
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda
Vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Hare.
So now we honor Prasad. Any questions, comments, realizations before I play the Chaitanya Chanda's very important lecture about mind distracting?
Prabhuji, the tulsi that is there along with the fruits, that may get chewed. So we have to take it out separately and swallow it?
Yeah, you should not chew the tulsi marani. You take it out and swallow with water, milk or something.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So once we finish washing all the plates, we are supposed to be offering the lamb, Prabhu.
Yeah, so after you do all of this, now do understand that I am alone, so I am only doing one thing at a time. But some of these tasks happen simultaneously. So after you finish the offering, the Bhoga offering is when you offer the lamb. I have not given prayers for those because it will be overwhelming for you all. So I have only given you a starting point for you so that you can get started. But Shalini Gopal Krishna is correct.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
I'm going to play the Chaitanya Chanda's lecture where we discussed that mind distracts. Just as we saw it live, that how mind distracted, and we have to have our spiritual weapons to bring the mind back. Mind is going to distract. You don't have a choice there. Mind is very agitated, very strong, and we will soon read in page number 4 in chapter 6, verse number 33 and 34. Mind is very chanchal, is very strong, and very flickering. So what do? You recognize by Shastra Chakshu. Therefore, from day one, I have been talking about Shastra Chakshu. that whatever you hear and see in the material world, you correlate with Shastra Chakshu, and that way you stay protected by not getting contaminated from whatever you hear and see. There is contamination all over in the material world. You don't have a choice. There are billboards in India, there are all these movie songs and movies going on. You don't have a choice. And even here, you don't have a choice. Therefore, you have to protect yourself by being conscious of what you are doing. So I'm going to play Chaitanya Chanda's lecture here from what you do when the mind distracts, and just as what we demonstrated, that we have to use our spiritual weapons to bring the mind back. Shivangi?
Sorry, Prabhuji, quick question. Divya wanted to know if we're allowed to drink water or anything while cooking for Krishna. It's a no, right?
So try to avoid as much as you can. So you see, I've been awake from before 4 o'clock, and it's close to 8 o'clock, and we are acting at the level of soul. The level of soul, the soul does not need water, or the soul does not get tired. So try as much as possible, but if you have to drink water, by all means, drink water.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You mute, Prabhuji.
Say that again, Pragya.
You were mute. I thought you were saying something.
Yeah. So I'm going to play Chaitanya Chanda's lecture here now. I should disconnect the other one. Okay. So I'm going to play Chaitanya Chanda's lecture, where what do you do when your mind distracts, which we have heard in batch number 4 very recently, that you have your spiritual weapons. And let's hear directly. Very important to understand that we have become disconnected from the temptation. Everybody can hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That doesn't mean that we have to become connected sense that. You see, if there are in America and other places where there are long roads, in many places a matter of security, on the side of the roads, they have some sort of speed breaker sort of things. There are bumps. So when a person is driving on the road and say the person is inattentive, maybe because the roads are long and clear, the person dozes off to sleep or something while driving, sleeping on the wheel. So then the vehicle starts going off track. When it starts going off track, what happens is it meets these speed breaker like structures, which cause the person to jolt. And the vehicle jolts and the person wakes up, and that's the person makes, hey, the vehicle is going off track, pull it back on track. So when the jolts come, that doesn't necessarily mean that the vehicle has to go off the road and one has to make the exit. The jolts are a warning that one is going on. So what should one do when the jolt comes? Pull the vehicle back. So similarly, when material desires start rising in our mind, that simply means that we are going off track. When temptations start coming in our mind and start agitating us, then that means our Krishna connection has become weak. We are meant to be going on a straight road of Krishna consciousness, but we are straight off track. So when we are straight off track, what should we do? Pull back and come on track. Not that because the temptation has come, so I have to act in it. That means, oh, because the jolt has come, now I have to go into the ditch and fall. It's not like that. So rather than saying that when the arrival of seeing the arrival of temptation as cause for capitulation is given. We should see the arrival of temptation as a cause for retaliation. Retaliation. So the mind let me off. So we should see the arrival of temptation not as a cause for capitulation, but as a cause for retaliation.
Let me back. It's not safe to fall asleep while we're driving. But if it happens, what it's not that we have to become very relaxed. We can pull back on track. So the joys that we experience inside when we start getting tempted, that simply indicates that we started steering off track. We have started going away from the path of Krishna consciousness. When we come back on the path, remember some philosophy, meditation. Think of some beautiful pictures from demons. Sing some melodious bhajans, some prayers, whatever. All of us have to have our own ready stock of weapons. Weapons means that these are the means by which we beat down the temptations. So all of us need to have that ready stock of weapons. With them, when we beat down temptation, then we become steady, we become composed. And then we can come back to it. Krishna is saying, tolerate. In the moment of death. Actually, we should never let our guard down. So, as say a firefighter becomes more and more seasoned, more and more experienced, it is not that the firefighter has 20 years of experience. That doesn't mean that because the firefighter has 20 years of experience, so the fires that are going to get set in the city are going to become smaller. Now, the fires will still be as big, but the firefighter will be expert. For the first time the firefighter goes and sees there's a fire. What happens is the fire hose, the fire hose drops from that. It's a big fire, what should I do? And somebody will come on. So as I was ordering the fires are already extinguished. The firefighter is a seasoned firefighter, 20 years down the line. Then what happens? Then as soon as the fire is seen, immediately fire is picking up, is blessed, and exactly knows, okay, fire is coming from here, so I should move on this side, on this. And exactly with intelligence, with the diligence, with speed, the person expertly extinguishes the fire. So it's not that the fires will not be set off just because the firefighter has experience. So lust is like a fire. So just because I have practiced Krishna consciousness for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it doesn't mean that the fires of lust will not be set off. Yes, there will be provoking sense objects. And of course, our provocation may be lesser, it should be lesser, but it doesn't matter if the provocation is lesser or not. The important thing is, we have the means, we have the knowledge to extinguish it. So rather than lamenting, oh, what's these fires of lust getting set? We should become more seasoned, more experienced. So the fire gets extinguished. Extinguish them. So take on the fire hose. So what is our fire hose? The fire hose is remembrance of Krishna. So when we take up the fire hose, the remembrance of Krishna, and start extinguishing the fire, the fire is over. So what we should expect is not that the desires won't come. Actually, the desires will also stop coming. But they will not stop coming just because we expect them to stop coming. They will stop coming when we repeatedly and insistently say no to them. No. Think. Every time we indulge a little bit in the desire bases forth. And every time we say no to it, the desire goes away. Desire dies. Sometimes, occasionally, it may appear that when we say no to a desire, sometimes it appears the desire is becoming stronger. We say no to the temptation and we feel it's temptation, it is troubling me all the more. Actually, it is not like that. Prabhupada gives the example that when in a circus, the circus trainer is training a tiger. So initially, the tiger, how the tiger is trained, normally it's trained to eating. So when the tiger does what the circus trainer wants, the tiger is fed. Otherwise, the tiger is not fed. So now when the tiger is not fed, at that time, the tiger's roar starts becoming more threatening, more menacing. I'm going to shake off and break off to the whole cage itself, the way it works. And an inexperienced observer is the tiger. The expensive question is that tiger will be roaring louder. It is roaring louder from because we are not being fed, it is becoming weak. And if I'm encouraged, loud, no matter how much you intimidate it, I'm not going to get fed. A tiger cannot come out of the cage. You can't do anything. So, gradually my roar is not going to get me anywhere. And I have to simply do what this trainer is telling me, then I'll get food. Otherwise, I'll not get food. then the tiger becomes silent, becomes obedient. And even after it becomes obedient, still the tiger has to be dealt with caution. It cannot be trusted very easily. So similarly, the mind is like a tiger. And when the brain says, no, enjoy it. He says, no. Enjoy it. It's roaring like a tiger. But he's becoming submissive to the mind. Instead of becoming submissive to Krishna, become submissive to the mind. Do not become submissive to the mind. Do not have to become intimidated by its scaring techniques. Actually, the mind is screaming louder, but if we are not fulfilling its impulses, it is becoming weaker. Feeling the roar and scream. But gradually, if you don't fulfill its desire, then that roar will come down to a whimper. And then it will become silent. So, actually speaking, we had to start off the Prakshari revolution. So rather than expecting that the desires will go away on their own, what we should do is repeatedly and insistently. Consistently, we say no to those desires and not get intimidated by their threats. And they will become weak. They will become weak. So we talk about two aspects over here. First is that when we become
okay, so what did he explain?
Prabhuji, 70% of this had echo, a regulative state that I could not catch up except the firefighting and pull back, all those things. So I asked Auntie also, she also felt that there was echo. I thought due to our cold and fever, our hearing.
Rest of you, were you able to hear?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It was not very clear, Prabhu. I was straining, but somehow managed to get some parts of it, but not all. It wasn't very clear.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you please share this in the group?
So it's a big lecture. I don't know how. So I will try to share. But essentially, what he was explaining was that the mind will get distracted. The fire will get set off in the material world, just as when I was transferring Bhoga and the mind distracted. So we have to have ready stock of weapons, which ready stock of spiritual weapons are chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is what we did, or remembering some picture, or some a lecture, some kirtan. So that's what we have to do. Are you all okay? Questions, comments, realizations?
In my personal experience, it happened earlier. So when, as you rightly said, the mind is our own enemy. It is always very flickering and deviates even while chanting mantra. But again, I come back by saying Maha Mantra, and it is true, it has a positive effect. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, very good practice. Rest of you, are you all okay? Are you all able to now follow the process as a starting point?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Eye-opening, very enlightening. Thank you.
So those from the 8:30 a.m. class, which is just about 15 minutes away, I request and ask if we can cancel the class, because I still have a lot to do, and we all have, many of us here in Toronto have to go for services at the Toronto Temple in the afternoon also.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu.
I will send Prabhupada lectures in lieu of the class today, so you can listen to Prabhupada lecture.
Okay.
Prabhuji, when we offer the prasad to our people, family members who may not be following this path, how do we expect them to respect the prasad and give it due place in their...
So right now you do your part of giving them the opportunity to connect with Krishna via prasad. Rest you leave it on Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you. Prabhuji, one unrelated question regarding this Chandan tilak that you put on your forehead. So what time is that put and who can put it?
Everybody should put it every day. So I put the Chandan tilak every day. So when I go to work, people may have a challenge. So then you can put the tilak with water. There are 64 items of devotional services described in Nectar of Devotion. Putting on tilak is one of the 64 items. So everyone can put on tilak. Those in Toronto area, I have taught them how to do it. And first thing in the morning. So today also, when I started, first thing I do Achman, which is to purify the soul. And I put on tilak. And then I start with the morning sadhana. And then I can continue. So just as we all go at the Toronto temple also, we first put on tilak and do the Achman as well. So every day you all can put on tilak. If you have to go to work where it's a challenge, you have that tilak, then put the tilak on with water. So every day when I have to physically go to work, I put on the tilak with water. This tilak, you are placing Gopinath on your forehead. So whosoever is seeing the tilak, they are seeing Gopinath. Therefore, put the tilak on, even if it is with water. So whether or not somebody else realizes, they are getting darshan of Gopinath.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That was very useful.
Any last questions, comments, realizations before I...
Yes, Prabhu, I have a question.
Yeah.
This tilak is made of sandalwood, is it? One you're using?
So it is the dust from Vrindavan. It is available in your respective ISKCON temple. So the one that I have, I have directly from Vrindavan also, as well as I have which is available at the Toronto Temple store, as well as this would be available in your respective temples as well. If not those in India, it should be easier. But start with your respective temples and tell them that you want to put on tilak, and if you can get the Gopi Chandan, which is generally the dust from Vrindavan.
So the one we have here is white. That's the one you're talking about?
So I don't know white as in, where did you get it from?
We got it from Tirupati.
So that is different.
I see.
So get it from ISKCON.
I see. Okay.
And apply that. You can always use the one that you have from Tirupati, but get it. The one that I have is from Vrindavan. I'm putting the dust of Vrindavan on my head.
Got it. Thank you, Prabhu.
So many of you may wonder that every morning I have so strong sadhana. What really is the purpose? Do I have to do it every day? I want you to all to look at yourself. That many of you started as materialistic people, and in batch number 4, many of you would agree that yes, even today, many of you are materialistic to a big extent. So I have to fortify myself and just see the future for those in batch number 4, see the future from those devotees in batch number 1, 2, and 3, that how they all started as materialistic people like you all. And now they are all advanced to a certain extent. But if I continue to take your association, meaning materialistic people association, then I will become materialistic. But I did not take anyone's of your association. Rather, I gave you the opportunity to associate with Krishna and Srila Prabhupada and the various acharyas that we hear through the various lectures. That way, I have fortified myself from not getting contaminated. And this applies to going in the material world also. Everybody sees this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Everybody sees the reason why you all need to do a strong sadhana in the morning.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
And I have also explained about prescribed duty, which we'll cover in 18.46. To many, I have already explained that you can make your work as worship. Work on itself is not worship. But when you have a strong sadhana in the morning, then whatever work you do, that also becomes worship. Because now you have established a connection with Krishna, a strong connection with Krishna every morning. And then your work, your entire day, whatever you do also becomes spiritual. And whosoever you see, you meet, you will try to spread Krishna consciousness to all. And that way you also stay protected and you also spread Krishna consciousness to everyone. Any last questions, comments, realizations? So there are prayers also to ask for forgiveness, but we all skipped all of that. If anyone is interested for all those prayers, I can now by all means give it to you, but start where we started today and then grow little by little. Don't worry about the other prayers right now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I just wanted to add one personal experience while preparing Bhoga for offering to the Lord. I've started memorizing Srimad Bhagavatam verses from some time, and it is while doing it, my mind does divert, but then I keep bringing it back, and just doing mechanical things like cutting vegetables and things. Memorizing really helps because it just keeps the mind very peaceful, and throughout the day I just experience that peace. Just wanted to share.
Yeah, very good practice by Shalini, and others can also practice. It is possible. It may seem a daunting task, but I have demonstrated to you all live how you can practice, how you can make your 24-hour day as Krishna conscious. Are we okay to stop here?
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for that morning darshan. It's like it was an amazing experience.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories are always for Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Great.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
everybody.